This video is sponsored by Deep Cut Studios. For a wide range of fantastic gaming resources such as battle mats, dice trays and pre-painted bases, check out the description below.
Hi guys and welcome back to TNG Productions. My name is Tom and I'm super excited to introduce a new system to the channel, which is going to be, pretty obviously, the Lord of the Rings strategy battle game Middle-earth by Games Workshop, which is a really cool system that we've been kind of messing around with and hobbying with for the last couple of years, but we've actually started to take it a bit more seriously now and have just started to pick up the rules, and we're going to play some narrative scenarios to try and follow the story of the books and the films. And if you've got a passion for it, hopefully you can share that with us. If you're not aware, I'm marrying probably the biggest Lord of the Rings fan in the world, so I feel like I'm getting some hobby tick boxes here that I'm allowed to buy models for that, and I'm pretty all good. Now, if you're new to the channel, a couple of things to be aware of. I know there's a ton, like a dearth of content creators for Lord of the Rings who have their own studios and amazing custom boards. I'm a guy in his spare room and I'm just picking it up for the start. So obviously we're going to try our best with the rules, we're going to try our best with everything that in terms of mechanics and presentation. But stick with it. If there's anything you want to add, put it in the comments below, but just keep it nice and civil. Second thing that you want to be aware of is obviously we're going to be playing in a narrative style, so we're very much casual players rolling dice for fun, and we hope that this will inspire you to pick up your own games and go with that. So without further ado, let me introduce my opponent and he'll talk us through the scenario.
My name is Ian and I am Tom's opponent for today's game, and we are presenting for you the Ambush of Amon Hen scenario from the Armies of Lord of the Rings rulebook. Now, we've made a couple of small tweaks to the scenarios which we'll explain once we get into it, but I'll be playing the Fellowship of the Ring and Tom is going to be playing the evil Uruk-Hai scouts, led by, of course, Lurt. Now we will get on to show you the participants.
And this is today's good side force for this Amon Hen battle report. We've got the Fellowship of the Ring.
We're playing the Fellowship of the Ring. They're a very characterful army, obviously. Starting with Frodo Baggins, he is obviously the ring bearer himself. He deploys next to Aragorn. Aragorn is the linchpin of the Fellowship.
Aragorn's a beast in this.
Aragorn has a lovely special rule that gives him a free might point each turn called
He's
a mighty hero.
Yeah.
Indeed, that I think will be invaluable. Calling heroic actions. There's almost no limit to the amount of heroic actions he can call. Yeah. He gets the standard ones. He gets heroic march as well, which might be very important in this game.
Definitely.
We have Boromir of Gondor as well, of course, has a very memorable moment in the movies here, protecting Merry and Pippin.
Zero fate, but all the might in the world.
All the might in the world, and the Horn of Gondor. So he's a very tanky guy. The Horn of Gondor basically means if he's outnumbered, he'll sound the Horn of Gondor, and that means that the attackers have to take a courage test.
Yeah, and if they fail, he wins the combat straight away.
And
so they're so scared by his musical ability.
And then he can make strikes, which is great. Pippin and Merry are partnered with him as well. They've got a great rule called for the Shire, which means they can spend his might points as if they're his own.
Which is invaluable because they deploy together near the boats, so they really need that support.
Yeah, it's great, and obviously they have very, well, they don't have any might at all. They have a fate point each, but no might. Then we've got Legolas, of course. He's a deadly shot with his bow and arrow. He deploys with Gimli. Gimli, of course, is the option for his two-handed axe or getting 3 attacks, fighting with dual axes. And then finally we have Samwise, loyal Sam, who's going to be deployed near the centre of the board.
Lovely. So we'll go to the evil force next. And this is the evil side.
Look at the numbers in that.
If there's ever a testament to how good the Fellowship are, it's the fact that I get to throw this many unlimited Uruks at you because they keep coming back.
They do.
My group is led by Lurt, the Uruk-Hai scout captain. He's particularly beastly in combat. He's got the ability to shoot, fight pretty well. He's had a nice little kind of profile. I can't stand toe-to-toe with any of your men though. Their fight value is higher than mine, so he might need to do the odd heroic strike.
Yes.
I've also got an Uruk-Hai scout captain. Now, as beastly as he looks with his double-handed axe, he is just the base model with a shield and a sword, sword even I think, and it's going to be tricky with me. I've got a variety of archers, variety of shields, variety of normal guys with swords. They all benefit from the woodland creature rule, which allows them to move through cover. It won't matter much for this battle report, in the same way that your elven cloaks that everyone's got won't really matter because it's going to be combat for days.
It is.
Now, Lurtz does come with a mighty 3 points of might, and my captain comes with 2. So you'll see us mark those during the battle report using the TNG tokens, red for the baddies and green for the goodies. But essentially their job is to try and get hold of those hobbitses, and if we're lucky, we'll see a few of these ones, which are our captives.
Or maybe not.
Yeah, well, from the evil side, we want to get him, we want to get Frodo.
The nice miniatures to have on the board, aren't they?
Thank you very much. Yes, the most models I think we've had on a board.
Yeah.
So without further ado, we'll set up the board and we'll show you how it looks. And here we are then for the Ambush on Amon Hen, and yeah, this is the first time I've had to do the entire board of like painting and modelling.
It's looking great.
And there's a lot of shout outs I need to give. If you go to the description, there's the Scene UK for the lovely rough ground. We got, I think you found the Seeing Seat on like our Facebook page or something like that.
Lovely sculpt though, isn't it?
And yeah, it's beautiful. And we've got a variety of kind of O-gorge trees, and we've even got some old kind of Shadespire ruins and that. It's worth us saying we are playing on a 3x3 mat, even though the rulebook states 4x4. Because this is going on YouTube and we don't want it to be a 3-hour battle report, and also because we found that this scenario heavily favours the evil player.
It does, particularly with hobbits, you know, having small legs as well. It was a long way for poor Mr. Frodo to run.
Yeah, so we've done it in such a way that will allow it. As I said, the rough ground will not count as rough ground for this, it's just there for thematic scenery. Even though the Uruks could move through it for the Fellowship, they won't have to worry too much about it. Now, there are a few special rules that we need to have in play. I'll pan the camera across. First things first, Aragorn and Frodo are deploying near the Seeing Seat. The aim of the game for Ian, as the good player, is to get Frodo across the board to those boats. He's decided to leave.
He is. He's carrying on his own to Mordor.
He's off. Now, if Frodo manages to do that, that is a victory for the good player.
Yeah.
Now, Boromir and Merry and Pippin are on the other side. They're going to make their way in, and obviously Legolas and Gimli are at the bottom, and we've got Sam minding the cabin in the middle.
Sam can actually be deployed anywhere for the good player in this scenario, but I see it as the good player that's got to be the best position for him because of nothing in the centre.
He's there to protect Frodo as well.
Yeah.
Now, it's worth us saying that it's possible for this to be a draw. Now, Ian being a draw specialist, there's a good chance in this.
I am on this channel for regular viewers.
It is a draw if I am able to capture 2 hobbits and get them off the board that aren't Frodo. And it is a victory for an evil player if Frodo is captured and taken off the board. And essentially the way that works is they have to be knocked out and then they count as a heavy object for carrying. However, you are able to get someone up if they're knocked unconscious by moving into base contact with them. So that's the Find the Halflings rule. The only other thing that is important is the Legions of Isengard. Now we've playtested this a variety of ways. I'm just going to read the rule. It says at the end of each evil move phase, roll a d6 for each evil warrior that has previously been slain. On a 4+, that model may enter play anywhere along the northern, eastern or southern board edges, so basically not via the water. Now, moving onto the board, traditionally, if that's a reinforcement, they're then allowed to move because it's technically within the move phase. Because we're playing on a 3x3 map, though, what I've said to Ian is they will just move onto the board on that turn. I will be able to move them in subsequent turns because otherwise you just get... There's a wall of Uruk-Hai that just stop you.
And it's a lot of Uruk-Hais, it is. I mean, the setup looks lovely, but I'm also thinking to myself, oh my goodness, I've got a lot of Uruk-Hai in the way.
Yeah, we'll already have highlighted it, but obviously you've got Lurtz and his bowman along with some other Uruks that are facing off against Boromir, and then you've got my Uruk-Hai captain versus Aragorn and Frodo and Sam and Gimli and Legolas. In our playtesting, Aragorn's an absolute beast, and it basically everything comes down to what happens to Boromir. Does it follow the story or does it not? So, as always, good has priority with this being a narrative scenario. So we'll do our moves and we will cut back in a sec. And here we are in the first turn's movement phase complete, and it goes to pot very quickly, this scenario.
It does for the good side, you know, because after I'd moved, I went first having priority. I did a heroic action with Aragorn to do heroic march, getting Frodo 7 inches further forward. Heroic march with Boromir as well to bring the hobbits towards the centre of the board. And I'm thinking this is looking good. And then you move.
And then it all kind of swarms in. Frodo's halfway across the board though to start, which is where he needs to be.
I know.
Realistically, that's the only time you can get off a heroic march without it being kind of chaotic.
Yeah, it is, to be honest. But then again, I'm looking at it, you know, there's a bit of space here, but this Uruk-Hai here is in the way for me.
Yeah, so for me, I've swarmed everything I can. I've focused more on the Hobbit. So Aragorn, knowing that I can't really worry about him in combat, I've swarmed Sam with some Uruks and my captain. My archers near the Seeing Seat have moved 3 inches forward. They're going to try and pepper some arrows, probably in towards Boromir if they can draw a line of sight. The only big decision I had was Lurtz, what to do with him. Lurtz could have charged Boromir, but I think we prioritised the halfling, so Lurtz has barreled into Pippin there over it and decided to draw some attention.
The only thing I'm concerned about is that my 2 big hitters in Aragorn and Boromir are not in combat.
Yeah, Boromir, in case you don't know, he's got his Horn of Gondor, so you don't really want to be outnumbering him unless you're pretty certain you're going to hurt him. And Aragorn's just an absolute beast, and I want to keep all my numbers on the board turn 1, so I don't have reinforcements turning up later. So we'll go to the we'll go to the shoot phase next, and we'll see you in a sec. So we're over to the shoot phase. Now, I'm glad the elf has moved, so I don't get blasted. So these two Uruks are going to have a shot at Legolas just to kind of whittle him down a little bit. So Uruk bows are strength 3, 18-inch range, but I have moved, so my 4+ shooting stat will go up to a 5+.
Lovely.
So look for 5s, get 1. And then strength 3 versus defense 4, is he?
Yeah, it
Looking
is.
for a 5 again to try and sort a wound out. Get a 6.
Oh, Tom, no.
That's a wound.
Flipping heck.
Do you want to spend a point of fate or just take the wound for now?
I'll take the wound for now, I'll save my fate points for later.
Lovely, so we'll put a injured marker. Legolas got what, 3 wounds? 2 wounds?
He has, Legolas has got only 2 wounds, but he has 3 fate points.
So he'll be alright, and we'll go to the rest of the shooting. Right, let's start recreating scenes then. So I'm going to try and pepper Boromir. So we've got 2 Uruks that are just on the higher ground over here, and we've got 3 who haven't moved there. They're all going to shoot into Boromir. So I'll use black dice for the 3 that didn't move.
Yep.
They're looking for 4 ups. The 2 that did move are looking for 5 ups. So, happy with that one there, mate?
Yep, yeah.
So, the black dice are looking for 4 ups, that's 2 successes. Unfortunately, the red dice looking for 5 ups, they have failed there.
2 hits isn't bad though.
2 hits isn't bad at all. So strength 4 versus Boromir's defense of
5
is 5s here to try and wound him. He's got 3 wounds to play with, but no fate.
Yes.
So,
that's
snake
what we're
eyes,
talking about.
pure sadness. So Boromir is okay for now, and I think that's all the shooting. So we'll
Yep.
go to combat. And we're on to the combat then.
We are.
Boromir's annoying me. I wanted to put some arrows into him because Merry and Pippin, they have a cool rule, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Because we're within 3 inches of Boromir, we can actually spend his might points as if they were our
So
own.
for the Shire as they kind of
Yes!
support. So we're going to deal with the hobbits first. Let's do Merry versus a Uruk.
Yeah, come on, Mary.
So my base Uruk has a fight of 4 and he has 1 attack.
Yeah, Mary has 1 attack as well. Obviously, lower 5 value. We get a
3,
4.
you win.
Well done, Mary.
So that will push this Uruk an inch away,
Certainly does.
and
now,
then you get to make your strikes.
yeah, Mary is strength 2.
And a Uruk is defense 4 without his shield. So strength 2 versus defense 4 is 5s looking for a kill.
Hey, we get one as well.
First casualty
I'll
destroys.
do that. Come on, Hobbit.
Cuts him down.
I've got a feeling though, Pippin against Lurtz is going to be a different.
Yeah, so Lurtz has got 3 attacks that he's barreling in at strength 5, and then there is an Uruk-Hai scout with a shield who is adding 1 attack at strength 4.
Come on, Pippin.
So,
Oh, 6.
oh, Lurtz gets a 6
can't
as
do anything
well.
about that,
Lurtz has a fight
unfortunately.
value of 5, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Now you're not trapped here because we'll make the inch of separation, but you can make way here, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
can't you? So where do you want Mary
Yeah,
to
so
go?
we can just go maybe to here.
And then we'll
push
create
Pippin
an inch
back.
of separation. So no trapping here. So Lurtz has got his 3 strikes that will go through, which will be at strength 5 versus Pippin's defense of.
Pippin's defense, it's low. It's only defense 3.
So strength 5 versus defense 3 will need 3s, and then my Uruk at strength 4 will need 4s versus defense of 3.
Oh dear.
So see how we do. Lurtz gets 2 there, nothing for these ones.
You see, Pippin only has 1 wound and 1 fate, so it wouldn't be enough anyway, would it?
No.
It won't.
So unfortunately Pippin will be unconscious and we'll knock him down on the ground in a second.
Thematic, eh?
More early Hobbit action here, so Frodo versus one of my archers.
Yeah.
So I've got a fight value of 4 for an Uruk, you've got a fight value of
Only 3, I'm afraid.
1 attack each though?
Yeah.
I mean, you have got Sting.
Oh.
6
Sting's
though.
doing nothing with a roll like that.
So we'll create our inch of separation. I'm pushing him back, which is the main thing I want to be
Yeah.
doing. But your defense, you've got a mithril shirt in this,
I
haven't you?
do, which is very handy. That gives me defense of 6.
So strength 4 versus defense of 6, needing a 5+ here to
Yeah.
put a wound onto Frodo. So let's see how he does. Gets a 6!
Oh, those as well, so that wounds Frodo. He does have 2 wounds.
Do you want to just take the wound or use
Yeah,
the
I'll
fate
take the
point?
wound and we'll save my fate for later.
Awesome, I will grab us out a token in a moment. Here we go, I'll fish one out straight away. Then we've got a slightly nastier combat here. We've got Sam versus my
It was
captain.
when you did this that I realised how much I'm up against I think, in this scenario.
Now, it's worth saying my captain doesn't have a 2-handed weapon though, he's just got his base kind of attacks. But he has 2 attacks base, and then there are 2 normal Uruk scouts that are there helping. My captain has got a fight value of 5.
Yeah,
What's Sam's fight value?
Sam's again is coming in at 5 value 3, I'm afraid.
So black for the captain, red for the Uruks.
3.
Captain gets a
Of
6.
course he does.
Now, I can't trap you here because again, you can scooch to there. But
I think next time you might be doing though.
But I do get to make strikes. So my captain is strength 5, my Uruks are strength 4. So Sam's defense.
3.
So again, captain looking for 3s, Uruks looking for 4s
Oh, that's
here.
painful.
So 6s for days.
Oh.
So that is 3 wounds going on
It's 3
to
wounds.
Sam.
Now Sam has 2 wounds, but he does have 2 fates, so he might just have
Lovely,
one
so we'll take the first one away, so you've got a fate point here to spend.
Yep.
So see how you do for that
So-
one, because you have to do one at a time, don't
Yeah,
we?
first fate point
Needing a 4 up,
is passed.
saves it.
Excellent. And then the second fate
This
point. Oh,
Fails.
I haven't got sufficient might to be able to pull that one in, I'm afraid. He's only got 2 might, which would only get him as high as
So that
3.
first wound would go through, and
Yeah.
then the second wound would go through because you have no fate to
Yeah.
protect, which means poor Sam is also unconscious on the ground. And I feel Aragorn and Boromir are really going to have to come away in a second.
They are.
And as is tradition with this, it's just brutal first turn. It's carnage immediately. We've
I
got 2
know.
hobbits down.
I know. It's just the Sea of Uruk-Hai. It really is a Sea of Uruk-Hai, that.
The upside is though that all you've got to do is move into base contact to revive them.
Yeah.
So Boromir can definitely probably get Pippin up.
Yeah, no, he can.
And the other thing is you've got Legolas and Gimli who are probably going to get stuck in and
I'm
can't
hoping
help
to,
Sam.
because in the past we obviously we played the scenario before, and it can be difficult to get them in. They can find themselves isolated.
Yeah.
But today they are quite close to the action, which is good.
I've lost an Uruk, which we'll have to see if he comes back
Yes,
in a
of course,
second,
yeah.
but there's no other tiding for us to do here, so we'll roll for priority.
Yeah.
So let's see how we go. It's a 3 from me.
I'm going to warn.
So evil will get priority,
It will.
and we'll go to the move phase for turn 2. And here we are with movement phase completed for turn 2,
Yeah.
and you took a gambit and it almost paid off.
It almost did. It didn't. I mean, look at the board, folks. It's not gone the way the fellowship would have wanted. But what I did try and do, obviously, I lost the priority roll as you've just seen on screen. But I thought, let's call a heroic action with Aragorn. Try and get a heroic move in, just to essentially outrun that horde of Uruk-Hai that are now surrounding Frodo and Aragorn and Sam. But Tom, you had an alternative plan.
I have a captain, so he also declared a heroic move, and we had to roll for it. And 1 to 3, it was me, and I got lucky.
I know,
So,
he did.
so Aragorn got swamped very quickly with that. Frodo's been penned in, Aragorn's been penned in. Boromir is going to be blowing that Horn of
He is
Gondor,
gonna
I
be
think.
blowing the Horn of Gondor.
Boromir versus Lurtz, though, so this is going to be a tasty fight with all that might on Boromir's side as well.
I've still got 5 might left of all.
I feel it's potentially a losing fight for Lurtz, but we'll get stuck in anyway. Merry, sad times. And the one thing that's worth noting is we've now got 2 Uruks that are running
I know.
with their captive. One has Sam, one has
The
Pippin.
thing is, though, you've got a long way to run. The only issue is me getting Frodo out of that mess.
Yeah, so the way it works is when you're carrying a hobbit, you go at half pace, so
Yeah.
you can move full until you pick them up, then half. It's worth saying Gimli and Legolas have got 1.
You see, you did well there, because what you've done there is essentially keep them out of the game. 1 Uruk-Hai to you is nothing in this scenario.
Yeah. Now, there's not going to be any shooting, but one thing I do need to do at the end of my move phase is to see if my 1 Uruk who died comes back on. So on a 4+, of course it's a 6.
Yay.
So he's going to probably
The
just...
Uruk-Hai have had the rolls.
He's literally just going to run interference here and just
Yeah.
turn up. Like we said,
Don't
we're not
worry.
going to do the move. And let's go get some fighting on the go. First combat then, let's go with Merry, I think I'm going to do
come
first. You're
on,
not
Merry.
declaring any heroic combats or anything?
No.
So we've got 3 Uruk against Merry. I am
Merry.
looking to see if I can score
Get
one.
a 5?
I get a 5.
Oh, flipping heck.
Now you can spend Boromir's
I
might.
am. So, because of the lovely rule that they have got here for the Shire, I am definitely going to spend a point of might of Boromir's
To turn that to a
yeah,
6.
and win the combat, basically because I just don't want to get picked up by all those Uruk-Hai. So you never know, I might get lucky and kill one.
We'll create the separation, so you get to now make strikes against those 3.
Yeah, obviously I'll go for one that doesn't have a shield.
There's the one guy that doesn't have the shield
Yeah.
yet, so you're rolling 1 dice here. Doesn't
one.
do it.
No.
We'll now go to Boromir's. Now Boromir's is a bit more interesting because he has the Horn of Gondor.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk us through that, mate?
So the Horn of Gondor is outstanding. Because Boromir is outnumbered in melee, he can sound the Horn of Gondor, and then the attacking model with the highest courage that you've got, which is going to be Lurtz, courage 5, has to pass a courage test. If he doesn't, Boromir automatically wins the fight. He can make strikes.
So with these 2 dice, I need to equal 10 added to my courage,
Yes, you
essentially.
do,
Yep. So he passes with flying colours. Now it's worth saying you pointed out that actually will points can be used to adjust
Yes,
this as
they
well,
can.
which is really good.
Yeah.
Now with this, Lurtz is going to spend 1 of his might, and he is going to declare a heroic strike.
Ooh.
So the fighter adds a d6 to their fight value for the fight phase. So see how much I add. That's a 2 there, which means that Lurtz is going to a fight value of 6, matching Boromir's.
Boromir.
Now Boromir doesn't have an elven weapon, so it's just going to be a straight roll essentially
Yeah,
if we
it would
draw
be, yeah.
this. It's because you had this massive stack of might. I was
know,
like,
to be fair,
if you
it's
roll,
impressive.
even if I roll a 6, you could potentially do me in here.
Yeah.
So
Lurtz has 3 attacks and he's got 3 Uruk-Hai that's supporting him. Boromir's got how many?
Boromir's got 3 attacks. Here we go. Oh, poor from me.
It's a 6 from
I rolled
Lurtz.
4. This is where decisions need to be made, because is it worth spending 2 points of might and still potentially lose the combat?
That's the thing. I think you have to because you're trapped.
I think it is, yeah, I'm trapped. So basically, yeah, no, we're spending 2 more points.
So 2 mites there,
yeah,
which will be spent. And essentially, because we've got the same fight value here, it means that we have to do a roll off to see who wins this. Now, it's priority player rolls, I believe.
Yeah, that's you.
On a 1 to 3, Lurtz is victorious, it's the evil side. On 4, 5 and 6, Boromir is victorious.
Roll high for me, Tom, come on.
Oh, it's a 5, so Boromir wins it. So we'll create the separation. You got very lucky there.
I know, to be fair, we did.
And we can create the inch of separation around Boromir, which I think is absolutely clutch for him.
Yeah, I know it is, to be fair.
And now you can make your strikes. You've got 3 strikes. Who are they going on?
They're going to go on to, what's Lurtz's defence?
Lurtz is a defence of 6.
And I'm strength 4. I'm going to go on to Lurtz because it's only 5s. Then,
Okay, so strength 4 versus defence 6 is 5.
Yep. And we get 1, I'm going to spend another point of might to get a second one on him.
Now Lurtz has 2 wounds, but he has a fate point. I think I'm just going to burn one of my fate points to see if I can dodge one of those wounds. So he does. So Lurtz just takes the 1 wound there, which drops him down to 2 HP, but that's not a bad showing from Boromir
at not at all. The only issue is I've used a hell of a lot of might that turn.
Yeah, he's not going to be feeling particularly great afterwards with his 1 might. Right, so it's worth me saying that I will start with my captain here. I did not want to get stuck into Aragorn and risk the death. You're not declaring a heroic combat here.
No, I thought about it, but then I was weighing up the options. The chances, obviously, because I'm spending 1 point of might to do that, and then I've got to kill 3 Uruk-Hai, move in, and then succeed there as well. I just think it's unlikely.
So I'm going to go with my Uruk-Hai who are on Frodo to start with. So I've got 3 attacks versus Frodo's.
Yeah, just 1 attack for Mr. Frodo. Rolls a 3.
5 high for me. Now you could draw it, but your fight value's lower.
Yeah, it is lower, unfortunately, with fight value 3, which is disappointing.
Now you can't make the inch of separation here because of the way that I've crowded round you. So this will, sinisterly done, shall we say, this will become a trap situation, and essentially what that does is it doubles the strikes that you make, which I'm gonna need against Frodo.
Yeah, well I have 3 fate points left, but I have taken that wound.
So Uruk-Hai have a strength of 4. Frodo's defense is 6 with his mithril shirt. Yeah. So I'm going to need 5s here. Now, one thing that you could have thought about potentially doing is a heroic defense, which means I need the extra 6s, but it depends on.
But I think you need that anyway, don't you?
You do. So we'll see how we do. I need 5s here.
Yeah.
Strength 4 versus defense 6.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 2 successes.
2 successes. So I'm going to spend a first fate point. First fate point is successful. That's
so that will nullify that one.
Yeah. I'm going to spend a second fate point.
Oh, Frodo just walks it off.
I know, yeah, do you know, he's a professional.
Is that he's got 2 fate burn there, hasn't he?
Yeah,
so he's got 1 left afterwards, but he's relatively okay.
Yeah, we're happy with that.
Now we'll go for Aragorn. So Aragorn's a bit more tasty in combat with his 3 attacks. So I've got 3 normal Aurochs going in against Aragorn.
Yeah, there we go, Aragorn. Oh, not good rolling.
6 high for me.
Oh, right, now I've got a decision.
Do you want to burn all of his might?
Well, it's 2. It'd only be 2 to be fair. He's got 3 left. Everyone's got 3 at the moment. I think I have to. I'm still. This whole scenario for me is buying time. And yes.
So you're going to spend all 3 might to make that 6? So you got 4 high, sorry. 2 of might to make that 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so your fight value is
6.
6. Now my Aurochs will give way and just move here.
See, the good thing about Aragorn is he will obviously have 2.
He's just a beast. You've got 2 guys without shields and 1 with a shield. So do you want to roll these one at a time?
Yeah, go on then. So
Aragorn is strength.
Aragorn is strength 4
versus defense 4. So you need 4 plus to hit.
That'll do us.
No.
No! Do you know, have you ever seen such bad rolling from Aragorn? That is poor.
This is not going in the Fellowship's favour. So, but at least Aragorn and Boromir are still alive.
Yes.
That is the main thing.
But I'm thinking to myself, if we get priority next turn, is there a potential escape route here? You know, Aragorn charging, Frodo to run there because the control.
There are a lot of options there, yeah.
That's what I'm hoping.
Right, we'll go to Legolas and Gimli to round this out. We're just singing the praises of Uruk-Hai scouts off camera here, but they're punching above their weight. Who do you want to do first, mate?
Let's go with Gimli.
So is Gimli going to use his 2-handed?
No, he's just going to fight with 3 attacks.
That makes far more sense.
Against one guy as well.
Against a normal scout,
double sixes.
Yeah.
Where was that roll for Aragorn before?
Scout rolls 5 high, but he is just a normal Uruk. So Gimli strength.
Gimli strength, so I rolled it a bit early there. Strength 4.
So you need 4s here.
Yeah, so we got 5 in there, which was great.
Bleh.
I was a bit eager there. Legolas is 2 attacks though. I do wish Legolas was 3. I really, really wish he was 3 attacks.
He's got all that extra fate though. So
Yeah, he does. No, he does. He does.
So 2 attacks versus my. Oh, too high. Do you want to spend the 1 point?
Oh, that what a decision to make. Yeah, yes, I do.
So I'm fight 4 and you're higher than that.
Might is here to be spent, so let's spend it.
Now this Uruk does have a shield, so he is defense 5. So is Legolas strength 4?
Legolas, just let me check that. He's strength 4. Yeah.
So you're needing 5 here,
There
mate.
you go.
Murder.
Yeah.
Easy murder.
I feel like that mic point was justified now.
I think completely justified.
Absolutely.
So we'll go to the end phase and tidy everything up. So this is a case of no major casualties for you, but lots of might burned.
Yes. You see, there's only, let's be honest, there's only so long I can have turns like that for, isn't there? You know.
Boromir spending most of his stack.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what is it, 4 that we spend over Boromir?
I think so, yeah. Aragorn used his 3, then had to burn 2 of his normal ones. It's just the dice are against you at the moment. But you've got Legolas and Gimli who potentially are going to be supporting in a second.
Well, I'm thinking, viewers might tell me off for this, I don't know, but I'm thinking Legolas not move actually and just take a shot at
Just
that.
blat this guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But we'll see what the priority roll is, because that's what determines it at the end of the day.
So priority roll again. I get a 2.
I get a 4.
Oh, there we go. So good, we'll have priority, so we'll go to their movement in a sec. That was an important priority for you to win.
It was very important. I was weighing up off camera doing a heroic march again, but there was 2 issues with it. I couldn't get Frodo out of the because of the control zones of the Uruk-Hai, but also it meant Aragorn would have had another turn without combat.
You mean you could have ignored Aragorn, which is not what you want, really.
No, and you did that in turn 1 as well. You ignored Aragorn and Boromir, and I don't think that worked out very well for the Fellowship. So what I did instead, Aragorn charged into 2 Uruk-Hai. That cleared a bit of space for Frodo to be able to escape, run 4 inches. So we are a bit closer to those boats, and then after that it was just a case of mopping up, really.
I mean, you reneged on Legolas taking his auto hitch. When we realised what was going to happen with this one that was running away.
When you think ahead on it, Tom was quite easily going to be able to stop Legolas from shooting.
Charge him.
Yeah, because I was thinking of shooting the Uruk-Hai that's carrying poor Sam, but the maths, the geometry just didn't work out for it. Not that we do a lot of pre-measuring on camera or anything.
It's worth saying my captain has got his courage though, and he's decided to go into Aragorn.
I should think he
now
has
there's
as well.
3 of the Oryx around him. He's like, I could do this. Boromir and Merry are a little bit dicey.
Yes,
I mean, you get to decide the order of combat here.
Yeah, I mean, I tried. My thoughts with Merry and Boromir were basically trying to engage him in combat, but doing a bit closer to Frodo because I don't want Frodo isolated, but he still is at the minute.
I think you said to me the main thing is Frodo needs to get across the board, and he has.
Yeah.
He might get lucky here.
Yeah, possibly.
So we'll go to the shooting phase, which is probably going to be no one, and
no, I have no shooting.
Then the combat phase. I should also add actually that 2 of my Oryx didn't want to come back to the battlefield, but I rolled for them, so we're on the same map at the moment. Go to lead with Boromir and Merry you want this time, mate?
Yeah, I'd like with priority, I'm going to ask Boromir to go first. And that
politely request
Lord Boromir of Gondor to go first. Basically though, just so that he can make space for Merry.
Yeah, so Boromir versus 3 bog standard Oryx. 3 high for me, 6 high for you. Lovely.
Boromir.
I've got 1 with a shield and 2 non-shielded.
The non-shielders.
Boromir being strength.
Boromir is strength 4.
That's defense 4, so 4's here, mate.
Excellent. Oh,
gets a kill.
Get 1 kill, definitely.
So that one's definitely dead.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend the point of might?
No, I'm going to save it. I had a very generous turn last turn, so I'm just going to be slightly more cautious, actually. But to be honest, even killing that one, could it be creating a route for Frodo here?
It could, potentially.
It could.
Merry them?
Yes, come on Merry. Unfortunately, Merry does only have 1 attack. You see, Merry might need this point as well.
5 high.
Not with a 1, he won't.
Now, I think Boromir can make way even though he's had combat here, so even if not, I'm more than happy for that to happen. So where do you want Boromir to move?
Basically just to here, just to create that bit of space for Merry.
And we'll just create the inch of space there. So he's not trapped, but he's in a world of pain.
Yeah, he is.
So my Oryx are strength 4 and Merry's defences.
Merry's defence is only defence 3, it's not great.
So 4 pluses here.
Yeah.
2 wounds.
2 wounds, and again it's exactly the same scenario as Pippin from turn 1, I think it was, when Pippin was caught.
He does have a point of fate, but you would take the...
That's what I mean by being the same scenario, you know, we just can't use it essentially.
So he gets bopped by the Oryx on the head.
I suppose my main hope is that Boromir could revive him next turn, possibly.
Priority roll again, isn't it?
It is.
On to the big scraps then.
I know. I'm worried for this one, I'm not going to lie. Should we go Frodo first? Because that's my biggest concern.
Yeah, Frodo face down by Lurtz.
I know. I mean, when I saw you move him into him in the move phase, I thought, oh my goodness, here we go. But, you know, he's only got 1 wound, 1 fate. We need a bit of luck here.
So Lurtz here is rolling 3 attacks because he's quite a beast in combat, to be honest. And then we've got 3 Uruks that are with him, so you've got space there, mate.
Thank you. 6.
Oh, a 5 from a normal Uruk. Lurtz can't influence that because it's not him.
Frodo,
that is a bucket of nothing from the Uruks. That's terrible.
I'm only doing my evil laugh here because I genuinely thought Frodo was a god.
Right, I genuinely thought that. That's freed him up quite nicely. I kind of wanted Frodo to be unconscious there. That would have been better. You get to make your strikes now then.
Oh, do you know what?
Unexpectedly, you get to make strikes.
That. I'm just going to go for... I'm going to go for this one. Is this an archer here?
This is a normal Uruk, so he is defense 4.
Yeah, Frodo Baggins is...
He's got Sting.
He does have Sting, which is very, very good. It's Elven Made, which is nice.
So his strength is a 3 here.
Yeah.
So strength 3 versus defense 4 means you're looking for a 5+.
Oh, do you know, I was really hoping for it then.
Doesn't do murder.
Well. But never mind.
Aragorn then.
Yeah.
This is an interesting combat. So I've got they're all interesting, but this is a particularly dicey one.
Yeah.
So I've got a captain with 2 attacks, and then I've got 3 Uruks versus Aragorn is 3 attacks.
Oh yes, I've still got my 3-point of might for this.
Yeah, my captain sadly can't declare an heroic strike, so we'll see how he does. Oh, we get a 6 high on the captain.
Right. Do you know what? I can't afford to lose it. I'm sorry, I can't afford to lose it, so I'm going to spend my 3 points and my 1 remaining one. I can't afford to lose the fight, Tom.
So we'll separate these. So this one, pull away, presuming we're making way. So I'm just going to do
that's fine.
that essentially. Who are you going to put your strikes on?
I'm going to put them onto...
I mean, you can do them one at a time, obviously.
Yeah, I'm going to start actually with this guy with the shield. He's in quite an interesting...
Okay, so the shield is defense of 5. So Aragorn strength...
Strength 4. So... We get 3, not doing. 4.
Nope.
Oh, nothing doing. But still, at least we've held on again.
Freed up a bit of space there. And we've just got to wrap up Legolas and Gimli here for the Fellowship. So who would you like to start with?
Should we start with Legolas?
Yep, Legolas with his 2 attacks versus 1 Uruk.
5.
5 for me. You win because you've got the better fight value.
We do.
And defense of 4. Absolute murder. And then Gimli versus an Uruk.
Yeah, Gimli again. I'm not doing 2-handed. I'm going to use my 3 attacks.
It's a 4 high for the Uruk.
5
for Gimli. Gimli's strength as a dwarf.
6 is going to
enough to do it anyway. And that'll take us to the end phase. I'm lamenting Frodo batting off Lurtz there.
Yes.
I kind of really needed him to be demolished, but there was a few nice high rolls there that your fight value helped with. It looks like everything is very finely balanced.
It is. I mean, to be fair, I fancy my chances at this end of the board here. 2 heroes against just a couple of Uruk-Hai. It's here where there's all of these Uruk-Hai. And obviously we've got 2 hobbits in there that are up for grabs for you.
And Aragorn being tapped on might. I mean, he gets his free one back, luckily.
Yes, but he's out of major might.
So he's got to think about those heroic marches and all manner of stuff. So we'll roll for priority. See who goes as we go into turn 4.
I could do with it.
That's a 6.
Oh, I'm not going to get it though.
And that is a 1 just behind the tree there. So the evil will have the priority as we go into this 4th turn. And the scrum continues, and there's an awful lot of trapped Fellowship models there.
You see, I've done exactly what I tried to do in, I think it was at the start of turn 2, by calling a heroic move. But you countered it as well, didn't you, Tom?
Yeah, but you won the roll-off this time.
I did, I was quite
So
pleased.
Boromir used his point, Lurch used his, they're both down to 1 now.
Yeah, they are, but unfortunately, Tom's then since moved and surrounded me.
Yeah, they mobbed in. It's worth saying that Pippin Kidnap is doing alright, Sam Kidnap is doing very nicely, and we've got a Merry Kidnap here. Realistically, I want the Frodo Kidnap.
I know, we're going to have all 4 of our Hobbit carrying miniatures on the board.
This is it, it's just that they're hard to get Hobbit carrying miniatures.
He just wants to show them off because he's painted them.
This is it, I've got to troll eBay and get a reward for it. It's worth saying Gimli and Legolas have again been tied up. They are struggling to affect the game, but they might be able to help out Sam.
Yeah. I was saying off camera actually to Tom, then I'm just pointing out to you guys now, if there's any area of the board that I actually fancy this game is going well at, it is actually over there. 2 heroes and very few Uruk-Hai.
Yeah, 2 big heavy hitters. And speaking of Uruk-Hai, out of my 5 that I've taken out, only 2 decided to come back, so we've got 1 here to help here and 1 at the very top of your screen. So, with that in mind, there's no shooting. I mean, I've bought an archer on, but I don't see the point in blasting really, so we're going to go straight to combat. Let's do the big melee, shall we?
Yes.
There's an absolute barnstormer of a fight going on here. We're thinking about heroics and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we're going to go with.
I think the issue with, for me, at least, calling the idea of a heroic combat, it's just so thin that I'm going to kill all the things in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that makes absolute sense.
I think it's on the initiative's on you for any heroic.
I know Lurtz is going to call heroic strike, but we'll come to that fight in a second. We'll deal with this one. So Frodo's got 4.
Well, I need Frodo's luck to hang out here because he's only got 1 wound and 1 fate.
6 high.
3. See, even my might can't influence that.
Now he's trapped.
Yeah.
So we'll back away here. But unfortunately, because you are trapped, that 4 becomes 8. Now you are defense 6, and I am strength 4.
defense 6.
So it's going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to be looking for 5s here.
Yeah, I do have a fate point left.
You do, so I could do with a couple of 5s here.
Yeah.
So let's see how we do. Yes, we get the couple of 5s.
You do just about get them as well, so I'm not even going to spend my fate point.
You're just going to keep hold of it?
Yeah, I mean, in the unlikeliest event that we get rescued, I might need it again.
If someone barrels in to support him. So that means that Frodo obviously isn't removed, he just becomes...
Yeah. I suppose there's a slim chance of a revival at the start of next turn if I get priority.
Exactly, and that's what you need really. Now, as we said, Lurtz is going to get stuck in here. He's going to declare a heroic strike because he wants to basically beat Boromir's fight value.
Yeah.
So D3 additional attacks, 1. So we're on the
getting the roll on that, are you?
We're on the same fight value, so this literally will come down to dice. So Lurtz has 3, and then he's accompanied by 3 mates. We could do with me rolling a 6 and you not, basically.
You say that, I don't.
Or not even a 5 would be great. Oh, and I get a 6. So at the moment, do you want to spend? Well, you can't spend a point might to take it higher.
No, I can't.
So we roll for it, don't we? We're going to have to think about what I was going to do then. I should have nominated which dice was which there. I feel like I might have cheated there.
No,
we'll go for it. The dice will tell us.
Yes,
so 1 to 3 meet. There you go. That's fair. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. I've got a feeling the black dice were Lurtz and I just didn't actually declare it, but you're all good. So we'll split.
Well done, Boromir.
Boromir, this one here.
He's the one who wants to kill.
He's can make the inch separation to there.
Yeah,
I think that's alright. So that's Aragorn's might that's there, by the way.
But in terms of order of kills, that's the one I would want to be going for first.
Boromir's barreling in with strength 4, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Is he the only one without a shield in that melee?
He is, yes. Yeah. So you need 4s to go for him.
Yeah, I'm going to roll 1 at a time because I want to kill him first. Yeah, he's dead.
So he's gone. And then you've got 5s if you're going after some others.
Can I go after Lurtz?
You can go after Lurtz. Now, Lurtz is defense 6. So strength 4 versus defense 6. You need 5s either way for him.
Oh, not doing,
nothing. That's all right. It's worth just pushing those down his camera, but they both missed.
There you go, folks.
So we've just got this one then.
Yeah.
Aragorn has got many friends.
I mean, I do have the advantage of the fight value.
Yeah, I can't call a heroic strike the captain. So we've got the captain, and he is accompanied by 4 friends, I believe. Then.
Yes, he is. You couldn't really get many more models around that, to be honest.
No. Well,
I do have 3 points of might left as well.
You do. So we'll see how we do here. 6 high.
I'm going to use that 3 point of might that I just mentioned
to turn it into a 6. So Aragorn will win the combat there.
Right, Aragorn.
So we'll split these away again. You're holding on with your men.
I am holding on, which I'm quite pleased at. Given I've run out of might, more or less at least, I'm quite pleased with that.
Right, so Aragorn has got 3 strikes. Who's he going to be making them against?
I'm going to put them onto these, so these will have the same defence, won't they?
Yeah, so strength 4 for Aragorn, is it?
Yes, he is, yeah.
Defence 4, so you are looking for 4s.
Here we go. Excellent, we get 2.
So that one dead, and that one dead.
What I've basically tried to do there tactically is try and create some sort of friendly space with those 3.
It's a good combat for you again, though.
No, it's not bad, to be fair. The only regret is the loss of Frodo, but...
you might be alright. So we'll do it with Legolas and Gimli, and then we'll round this off.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here with Legolas, I'm going to spend a point of might to call a heroic fight, actually, just because I'd like to try and get a bit closer to Samwise Gamgee, who's being carried away.
So heroic combat, you resolve your fight first. If you win, you can then move and basically attack.
Win and kill every...
You've got to kill it first. So Legolas versus an Uruk here.
Yeah, here we go.
The Uruk gets a 4.
I nearly rolled 3 dice then. I've got it in my head, he should be rolling 3 dice. Anyway, we get a 6, which is good.
So,
but I do need to kill, so
you are strength.
Legolas is, of course, strength 4.
So defense of 4, no shield here.
Here we go.
Does not kill.
I'm going to spend the last point of might.
To turn that 3 into a 4.
Because otherwise I've wasted the other one by doing the heroic
That makes complete sense. And then you're going to just casually walk into this other...
Basically, I know I can't get to Sam this turn, but I can get that bit closer to him. It's like a little race itself over here, isn't it?
So these guys battle out. The Uruk gets 2.
We get double 4s.
Lovely. Inch separation again, and you make your strikes looking for 4s.
Strength 4, yeah. Oh,
Nothing
so
there.
close. Do you know if it killed that, I felt like I'd felt really close.
We have got Gimli though, who's probably got a kill on his side. Are you using the 3 strikes again?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm not going two-handed.
Or against 2.
Yeah,
Gimli gets a murder, and absolutely does.
I promise, folks, I'll use this two-handed axe in another battle report at some point.
We'll do Balins too, but he's just going absolutely nuts.
Yes, absolutely.
But you have heavily thinned the herd there, so we'll go to the end phase and wrap it up.
We've just preempted that going, we haven't had a draw yet for the priority roll. Your men being alive is good, Frodo being down is bad. I think that's the judgment so far.
I've not looked at it closely yet, but I'm wondering if I do gain priorities, there's something I can do here to try and rescue Frodo.
It's all that might being spent now, all the heroic jankiness is... I mean, you've got Aragorn's free one will come back, but...
It does, and Boromir's still got 1. Frodo's got 2, but he's not had really the opportunity to use it.
Not being conscious enough.
Yeah.
So we'll go to priority roll.
Yeah.
It's a 5.
It's fine. Do you know, we knew that was going to be a draw.
We called it, didn't we? So I had priority last time, which means the good side will have priority this time.
I need it as well, to be fair.
So we'll get on with those moves. And this is the picture after the movement phase, and I've kindly put a token underneath the Uruk that's carrying Frodo, the ring bearer token, because...
It looks very nice, it does, except from the fact that I'm playing Fellowship.
Yeah, because that's where the battle is now.
Yeah, no it is. This whole thing here is the biggest issue going there. Aragorn's outnumbered, Boromir's outnumbered, but I will be using Horn of Gondor.
Aragorn has got his 3-point in might back. Lurtz has had to go into Boromir, so we'll see if Boromir can dodge the truth story, or to see if he can... I just need Boromir to not roll a 6 on his combat, essentially.
Basically, yeah.
I managed to bring 4 Uruks back on.
That's hit me a lot, I think.
Well, this is important, because what you did here was quite clever, because these count as heavy objects. Legolas barreled into the one... Well, 2 Uruk, but he barreled into one that's carrying Sam, meaning that he was dropped. So what you do is you place the heavy object in base contact, so Sam is... on his bum, out cold.
It's not Sam I need to rescue, that's the problem.
No, but you know, he's the better one. He's the braver hobbit. You just need the ring, just chuck it at Sam. However, you do have priority. Gimli's tied himself up in combat as well, because I didn't want him throwing an axe at somebody.
Well, that's what I was hoping that you were going to forget, actually, how to throw in weapons.
This is it. So there's no shooting for us to have, and as you can see, we've got Uruks that are running away pretty much scot-free. I think Frodo is...
This one here is completely on its own, isn't it?
I think Frodo is very much the priority. So we'll go to the combat phase and leading with the good side. I've just called this the maelstrom at this stage. Like, here's Frodo being carried, like, no!
I know. You see, I've been trying to think of crafty ways that I might be able to get to him next turn. My head's already out of this turn, I think.
Yeah, he's already accepted. So, Boromir first.
Yep, so I'm going to sell on the Horn of Gondor, which sounds nice and loudly, and make you take a courage test with Lurtz.
Yeah, so Lurtz is courage 5, so we could do with a 5. Oh, he's so courageous there, he cares not.
He can be courageous, look at how many Uruk-Hai scouts he's got around him.
Yeah, so combat there.
Yeah, so Boromir has 3 attacks.
Lurtz has 3, and then he's got 3 Uruk buddies nearby. So Lurtz will be the black dice, I'm going to clearly declare.
I'm glad that you can't do that heroic
strike.
Go. 6.
Oh no, god damn it, Uruks.
Very good, very good.
Right, so we push away. Now, where do you want your attacks to go? Because all the Uruks have got shields here.
I'm dead tempted to put them on Lurtz just to prove a point.
Do you want to do them one by one?
Yes, think
What's Boromir's strength?
Boromir's strength 4.
And Lurtz has got a defense of 6, so you need 5 plus. He's got 2 wounds remaining.
Yep, so going on to Lurtz.
He has used his fate, so that's 1 wound so far.
Oh, good start.
Oh, Boromir rewrites history. That's Lurtz. Lurtz cannot come back, sadly.
The alternative.
The Schneider cut.
Yeah. I've still got a final attack as well, which I'm going to put onto this Uruk-Hai.
Needing a 5 plus for him.
Yeah.
4. No, so that one survives.
Tell you what, though, I would have taken that before.
That's a big hit, losing her, Lurtz. So now we've got a captain who has 2 attacks and 2 Uruks versus Aragorn, who's obviously got his 3-point in might as well.
Yeah, he does. Lovely. Here we go. Aragorn gets 6.
6 high, can't beat that. 6 high for me.
Never mind, Tom. So Aragorn is strength 4. And let's, when we're going to put the attack...
That one's been separated, so it's just these guys.
I'm not going to attack the captain, Tom. I'm going to attack these 2 guys. In fact,
so there's one with a shield, one without.
I'll go for Bowman first, because he's in the way.
Okay, so Bowman, you need 4 plus. Gets it?
Yeah, do you know, I wish I put it on the shield first. Now we'll get that set.
5 plus for the shield.
Yeah, now we're going to the shield.
No.
4, no. What would you say, 5 plus?
5 plus needed.
Use the 3-point of might there then.
And that will eliminate this.
Oh no, I was going for the shield.
He's not in combat. He was in that combat.
Oh, was he not? Oh. Do you know, it's me not paying flipping attention, but it doesn't matter, it's still useful to get him away because you can't surround him. Okay, rolling the last one, and we get 4, not good enough, unfortunately.
My captain's lucky to be alive. He's just watched alerts get like destroyed.
I know he has actually. Maybe he's in a bit of shock.
Let's go see how Legolas and Gimli do. Gimli there, murder machine.
Yeah, here he goes. 3 attacks for Gimli.
A 6.
Oh no!
Well, you have got might for days.
Gimli's untouched. He's going to use the point of might to get 6.
Gimli's got strength 4,
yeah,
so you're needing 5s here.
Yeah.
No, strength 4 against defense 4 is 4s actually.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. There we go. 4.
Good job, I actually read the table.
I am glad. Super, that's Gimli sorted. Then we go on to Legolas, who's just got the 2 attacks.
Yeah, Legolas has got 3 Aurochs around him, slightly more sticky situation for him. 5 high, 6 high for you. Just push that down, mate.
Yeah, no worries.
So these guys will separate. Sam doesn't count as being in the way for this.
No,
He's just
excellent.
kind of
So Legolas to put some damage.
There's 1 with a shield, 2 without, so I imagine
2 without, to be honest.
4 pluses.
Yay.
Kills another one.
It's about getting the kills in at this stage.
Yeah, there's a lot of Aurochs off the table, so we'll go to the end phase and tidy up. Just a tweet, I've got a feeling he's going to get the priority here. I feel like the dice rolls are starting to sway against me a little bit.
I hope so.
Legolas is nearly helping Sam.
Yeah, he is.
Boromir and Aragorn still been knocking around with those Aurochs.
I know, when you see I've got
good.
Aragorn, I don't know if you can see from there, he's got a clear path on Frodo.
He can to go and try and knock this guy
that's
over.
The plan. And what I was actually thinking, but I don't think it's going to pan out, was too many Uruk-Hai Legolas to do some shooting across there to try and help if Aragorn didn't get
The
there.
advantage I've got is the way the heavy objects rule is written, that if you charge into me, I place it in base contact with me, so I would obviously put him on the nearer side of the board.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Anyway, priority roll, let's see how we do. I get a 1.
4.
Oh, I told you the dice
You did
are against
actually,
me.
you did.
So we'll go to the movement phase this turn, which will be led by the good side. So we played our final gambits there.
I know, we both did actually, didn't we, to be fair?
So my captain declared a heroic move, which thank God he can do that, because they all get access to that.
I had to spend my 3 points of might to try and counteract.
So Aragorn has been nerfed for the fight, so he can't call a heroic combat. Now Aragorn very cleverly went into the Auruk that was carrying Frodo.
Yeah.
As we said though, that means it drops Frodo. I then had another Auruk walk up and grab Frodo.
Pick him up.
Scooped him up in his welcome arms. The Auruk now is 3 inches away from the board. So bar shenanigans, I think we're okay.
Unless there was anything insane Aragorn could do, but it was so depleted on might that...
it'll take something crazy next turn.
Yeah, no, it would do.
But Boromir is absolutely swamped.
Do you know, it's really interesting what you've done to poor Boromir there. It's as if the Uruk-Hai basically saying, you killed our captain.
That's it. It's, well, you're supposed to die.
Well, I think it might do here. I mean, how many models are around in there? 1, 2, 3, 6 models, one of which is a captain.
Exactly. It's worth saying I had 4 Aurochs come back on. Legolas managed to get up. Sam, who's now made, he's got stood himself up and got involved in combat.
I'm just glad about that because it means you're not keeping all 4 hobbits.
No, basically I got Pippin and Merry are basically gone, but Frodo's the main one. But we'll go, no shooting to worry about.
No, Gimli's engaged in melee, so no.
And I'm not shooting my arm. As much as I'd like to shoot into combat, I'm just going to let you go into it. So, here we go. Okay then, it's the last kind of gasp to try and save them. So Aragorn versus an Uruk.
Yeah, come on Aragorn, let's see what we can do.
6 high.
6 high for me as
6
well.
high as well. So
that on the camera there it is.
Shoves this Uruk away, and then you've got your strikes. You're looking for a 5+ against its shield.
And we get a 6.
Effortlessly kills it.
Well done Aragorn, well done.
Boromir's got a slightly different situation. So I've got 2 attacks to the captain and then 5 Uruks around.
Yeah, come on Boromir.
Again, if he rolls a 6, I can't do anything about it though.
And I do 2 6s.
Oh, these dice! Look at the dice difference.
Do you know, my dice rolling's been really good towards this, towards the end.
It's this Pelennor Fields box. I think the green dice have been cooked a little bit, so everyone gets separated. Where do you want the attacks going?
To be honest, it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm probably going to put them onto the
non-shielded dudes.
Yeah, they're just that bit easier.
Well, the captain is defense 5, so yeah, you've got defense 4, defense 4 if you want to do the first 2.
I'll do them, yeah. So the first 2 on those defense 4s.
Kills 1.
Yeah, kills 1, so I'll just put the last attack on them as well. Get a 3, so nothing doing, I'm afraid, and we're out of might.
And then Gimli.
Yeah, come on, Gimli.
1 hit.
Yeah, still rolling.
The Auruk rolls a 1.
Yeah, you give
is that another 6?
It's another 6, Tom.
Yeah, it's funny how that works out.
You say that as if I'm winning.
Strength 4 versus defense 5 with the shield, 5 pluses. Is that another 6?
It is another 6.
Just pointing that out there. I can't be salty because Frodo's almost gone.
I know, to be fair.
We'll go to the other combat. Legolas and Sam then.
Yeah, come on Legolas, let's see what we can get. He gets
a 2.
Double 2s from me.
Fight value is better than mine.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
4+ to kill.
Hey, we get it as well.
Kill.
Well done Legolas, well done.
And then Sam boy.
Yeah, come on, let's see what happens to Sam here. Sam has only got 1 attack.
A 5?
I get a 5 as well.
You've got might for days.
I do, because my fight value is only 3, so I will technically lose, but I will spend a point of might. to convert that to a 6 and we win the fight.
What's your strength?
My strength is strength. Oh, it's only strength 2 for Sam.
Strength 2, it's defense 4, I presume you're attacking the non-shielded one. Need a 5+.
No, nothing do. Even the my point can't do anything with that one, unfortunately.
He's come back with a vigour though. It's because he realised Frodo's kind of almost off the board.
Yes.
So we'll go to the end phase and we'll tidy up. Darkness descends as this turn is nearly at the end. Frodo's within 3 inches of the end.
He is.
So, bar some jiggery pokery.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can spot any miracles on the board, but I don't think I can.
Yeah, it's whatever Aragorn could do with his 3 point of might, really.
Yeah,
he could call a heroic move and move Boromir into someone.
But I still don't know if we can get through those control zones.
It's those control
anyway.
zones being a pain.
Yeah.
So we'll roll for priority, see if the evil guys can get it this time. A 5, and that's a 4 behind the tree for you. So evil will get the priority. We'll do what we need to do, but we'll play this turn out.
Yes.
And the ring bearer screams back as he's taken off the board there, which does effectively end the game, but we're going to carry on with the combats because I want Boromir dead.
I can just hear Frodo shouting, "Oh my god!"
And just Sam in the background going, Mr. Frodo! Everybody else is in combat. We're just going to roll dice and see who can get the kills here. So we'll go to the combat phase of the final turn. There's just, like, we're going to save maybe Merry. He's almost gone off camera there. I think it's a case of just trying to battle. Luckily on X scenario, the 3 hunters, they're actually not too far away from Frodo.
This is true.
So, we're going to go with Aragorn first. He's got 3 orcs against him.
And we get 4 high.
We get 6 high.
I can't even beat
Did
it.
the orcs actually win a fight?
They actually have won a fight there.
In a shocking turn of events, he's going to be pushed that way, I suppose, to try and clear space.
They can actually do some damage on Aragorn.
He's not trapped, so I am strength of 4, I believe.
I'm defense 5.
So strength 4 versus defense 5 is going to need 5 pluses. Let's see how we do here. No.
We're fine. Well done, Aragorn.
Boromir needs to die because otherwise he's not following the script.
No. We want to keep Boromir.
So 2 attacks.
I like this alternate universe.
2 attacks to the captain.
I get 5.
I get 6
I get 2
high.
6s actually there.
And Boromir is trapped.
Do you know this might be following the story after all?
This might be following the story after all because he's got no fate, has he?
No, that's what's such a kick in the teeth for Boromir. Get 6 might, but no fate points.
So when you're trapped, your attacks become doubled.
Yes.
Now my Uruks are strength 4. I'm just going to see if the captain's any better. Captain is strength 5. What's Boromir's defense?
Boromir is defense 5.
So strength 5 versus defense 5 be 4. So everyone else it'll be 5. You could have blown your Horn of Gondor or something.
Oh, didn't you know? I forgot the Horn of Gondor. Basically, he's too busy looking at Frodo running away.
So we're looking for 4s on the black dice, 5 on the red dice. How many wounds has Boromir got?
Boromir he's untouched wound-wise. He's got 3.
Okay, so
Well, he was untouched.
I think you're all right actually. Hang on. So misses.
Yeah.
Misses. He's got 1 wound left because that's 1 off the captain and 1 off the Uruks. He's got 1.
He'll survive to have that chat with Aragorn then at the end, won't he?
There'll just be a spirit arrow from Lurtz to finish the job from a mile away. That's disappointing for the kill there, but I'll take it. Boromir's rewriting history. And then Gimli with all the might in the world.
Yeah, well he has used 1 point of it now, which I suppose is something he's not...
Versus an Uruk. The Uruk is 6.
Oh, well,
Do you want to maybe spend?
Yeah, spend both, get a 6 as well and win on
Ensure
fight
the
value.
death.
85 kills.
And then we'll finish up with Sam and Legolas.
Lovely.
Okay, on to Sam versus 2.
Come on, Sam, let's see what you can do, mate.
A 6 high for me.
Oh, I can't. Actually, well, no.
No, you can't. You're weaker fight value, aren't you?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Push you back that way. Defense, what, 3 did we say?
Samwell's defense is indeed 3, yeah.
So looking for 4 pluses.
Oh, you've got him again.
Knock him out again.
He got up, but...
just one of the orcs just bops him on the nose with the shield. I don't think it's going to make too much difference though, because he's got best bud Legolas there.
He does. Come on, Legolas.
5.
6 for Legolas, well done.
Looking for 4s. Yeah, Legolas absolutely murdered. So Sam will probably be safe.
Yeah.
Merry, Pippin and Frodo.
I know, they've left.
Well, we'll air handshake, mate, because of reasons, and we'll see you in the end phase. And this is how the board stands at the end of the game. And we've got a nice 3 hunters scenario next to play, though, haven't we? So maybe Frodo is the thing they're chasing. We don't know. In the alternate narrative of the world, Boromir lives, Frodo's captured.
This is it.
But darkness will descend,
I know.
and the Dark Lord will rise again, I think.
Do you know what? I'm really pleased, though. Despite losing, I thought it was a very close game.
That's the most balanced one we've done out of all that practice.
No, it is.
So anyway, we'll go to the post-match and we'll see you in a sec.
And what a game that was. We're really happy that perhaps the most balanced version of us playing that was the one that made it to camera, and it was incredibly close, but my evil ne'er-do-wells got the ring bearer and are running away. Now, thank you. Obviously, we've been doing that social distance with the masks on. It's nice to actually have it off now. But I'm going to bring my guest in. I'm going to move off camera to interview him.
Well, folks, what
thoughts,
a game.
My dear, yeah.
Thoughts? I've got a lot of thoughts. It was so hard for poor Mr. Frodo. I thought the heroes of the Fellowship did really well. Aragorn had a strong game. Boromir had the strongest game that me and Tom have actually seen him play.
That's the first game Boromir's not died.
It is actually, so I'm really pleased that we managed to make that to camera, but it was a great game and it was just one of those things. Obviously, you know, we could have played it tactically different as the Fellowship. Maybe running straight away wasn't the greatest thing to do with Merry and Pippin, but you know, you've got to make these decisions when you're playing a game like this one.
Now, do you want to give them a hint of where we're going with this, perhaps?
Well, what I'm wondering now is if, obviously, the hobbits have been captured, those three hunters, Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli, are not going to be letting them get taken to Isengard with the wizard Saruman, so you may see us playing the three hunters in the very, very near future.
Yeah, so I'm going to jump back in. Thank you very much, my love. And thank you very much, my loves, at home for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed it. And as always, if you have, feel free to like, follow all that boring stuff that YouTubers say. But more importantly, if you really enjoy it, support us on Patreon or check out some of the cool merchandise that we have available in the description below. There's only one thing though, Ian. Like, if we're doing Lord of the Rings and we're doing 2 towers now, we probably need a defensible fortress of
I would think so.
If only we had one. Hi guys, thank you very much for watching our content. It means the world to us. If you'd like to see some more videos, they should be over here. And if you'd like to support our channel, keep these lights on. You can find links to our Patreon and merchandise in the description below. See you later.